We're going live now, guys. So let me just check if we're online, and then we can start the show. Okay, going on the group now. Okay, I see us. We're live. Hey guys, good morning, good evening. Thank you for joining us for an episode of the BPN show. A show about Bulletpunk universe by Quiccs and all of the toys and merchandise and partners we work with. And today we're joined by a very special guest, Mr. Rios. Say hi, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing?
All right, so this show is all about you, man. So let's get started, dude. Would you like to introduce yourself? Like, where are you from and what do you do, man?
Yeah, my name is Rios Palante. I'm from the South Bronx, New York. I've been drawing as an artist since I can pick up a pencil. First time I realized I'd had some type of gift was when I was in kindergarten, and I was drawing Smurfs for chocolate milk. You know, that explains a lot, I guess. But yeah, so I've always drawn and I've always designed stuff, and fell into graffiti as a teenager. I dabbled and dabbed in that, and then as I became an adult, I started tattooing. I did that for a while, and
okay.
Yeah, as an adult, I went into Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, and I got a degree in illustration. And
so
I
you
worked in
really this
graphic
is what you
design.
did as early as
Yeah,
even back in college. You knew this is what you wanted to do for a living.
yeah, I knew when I was a kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I wanted to draw stuff like the
Okay.
old Chuck Jones cartoons, like Tom and Jerry, and the Hanna-Barbera stuff, like
Oh,
Flintstones. And but I
okay.
realized there wasn't really that much money in it, you know. It's
That's
and I
true.
didn't
Yeah.
want to spend a million years doing a hand, you know, animating a hand. So I took my chops into illustration, where I finished up, and I started working freelance, and just I pretty much was kind of against the corporate, you know, structure where you have to stay and work 9 to 5, and so I wanted to work on my own hours. But of course, you know, you have to feed your family. So I did fall into the corporate world, and I learned a little bit of business. Um, at I'd say about 15 years ago, we were expecting our child,
Mm-hmm.
and I started stitching up these dolls, these plush animals for my son. And I told my wife, you know, I really want to do this for forever. You know, this feels great. I love creating something that's tangible.
So sorry, was that your very first toy then? Those plush animals that you did for your child?
Oh, I'll show you something. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
when I've always had like a tendency to the dark side, you know, and this was something that we stitched up. It is a T-shirt. Remember their old academics line? That's an
Yeah. Yeah.
academics T-shirt right here,
Oh,
and
okay.
we
Yeah.
we made
Hey,
this
that's kind
thing.
of cool, man. I like
Yeah.
the.
So this is
There's
the cool
something
part
very.
about this is the cool part about it. His stomach. This is really old. It's a T-shirt, but check that out.
Oh, hey, there's something very Tim Burtonish about that design of yours.
Yeah, yeah. There's a. I've seen a lot, and I think the eyes actually glow in the dark.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this was called Fat Fudge the Glutton, and
Mm.
the thing with him is he stitched up his mouth because the hunger
Mhm.
was so much, but he physically grew a mouth on his stomach, so it
Mm.
started eating people. So yeah, we're a little, you know, my family's a little.
No, man. I think the world needs a bit of that, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Is that what you do full time now, or do you have a day job,
yeah. So
or is this your day job?
what? Yeah, so I went back to school and I got my toy design degree. There is an actual
Oh,
school
cool.
for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so I
Oh,
got
where
my
is
toy
this?
design degree. Yeah, I learned about manufacturing methods, shrinkages and plastics, and how to do turnaround drawings and so forth. There's only 2 schools in the state that provide those classes. So I went to one of them, which was in New York. And when I graduated, I had a job at Fisher Price.
Mhm.
So I worked with licenses like Thomas,
Oh, cool.
Thomas the Train, the Crude stuff, a lot of Imaginext toys. And
Mhm.
but the thing is that you keep reaching for more and more, and there really wasn't any room to grow there. So I went to Toys R Us, and in Toys R Us, I grew up in the ranks, and I started doing senior product development management. I started going overseas, and you know, growing my connections. And as you know, Toys R Us went under
Mm.
in the States. So
Yeah.
yeah, so when we all got fired, I left, and I kept my contacts, and I started my own toy design company. Which what we do, there's two functions to it. One is producing our own toys. That's where I get into the designer toy world, and another is consulting other toy companies to help manage and even establish some type of process. Because that was my job in Toys R Us, was to kind of create a milestone calendar and make sure everything runs smoothly. So that's what I do
So
now.
you can, yeah, so you can say that you've always had a hand in, well, you've lived your life in the toy world like forever.
Yeah,
Like that
but
really
yeah,
is. Yeah.
absolutely. I've always wanted more control, more control. As I went
Mm.
ahead, I wanted to control things more. As an artist, the freedom is in control, which is contradictory, but it is. And so I just wanted to make sure that I grew a brand or a world, and kept everything in that world, and do things that I couldn't do with licenses. I got a little tired
Okay.
of drawing Mickey Mouse forever.
That's true. There's always something about making your own characters and seeing them
Absolutely.
come to life and telling their stories, right? So before we get into that, like about your world and your characters, this show is actually about launching that collab that we revealed recently. And of course, what we always do on the show is we give away some slots for people to get it at SRP. So why don't we do that now?
Beautiful.
So guys, yeah, we have 5 slots ready for you. So if you get this trivia question, you won't have to join the lottery, or you won't have to try to get on the website when Rios and the Quiccs team drops it tomorrow. Oh no, sorry, on Friday. Uh, you just will be the one. You won't you'll get it for SRP. No worries. So all right, so here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to go to the post, the Bulletpunk Network show post, the one where we announce Rios as the guest for today, and I want you to name one of Rios's characters in this world, in this Foo Stamps universe. The first 5 people to name a unique character, meaning if someone named your main character first, you can't name that again. You have to name someone else in this universe. So the first 5 people who are able to name one of Rios' characters wins a SRP slot for the Degas Dead release, for the Degas Dead drop. So let's do that now. Let me check if some
Awesome.
people let's check if some people are answering now so that we can award. You have to answer on the thread where we announce who the guest was for today. So go there, guys. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I see some people commenting on the video, but I'm gonna go to the thread now to see if we have uh 5 answers already, or 5 winners already. Okay. Sorry, just a minute, guys. I'm loading the. All right. Okay. Here we go. So we have a few answers. Would you help me, Rios, if this is correct? Screwface.
Screwface?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. So that's one. Lee Morales, you have a slot. Uh, so Jack Bivenil answered a lot of so he said Bodega Blade, Degas the Demonio, Screwface, Bastard Wraith, and Sensei General Fan. So I guess he got one.
He's pretty much got the whole roster there.
Right, right. Micah said Bodega Blade. That's correct.
Yes, sir.
And then Joshua said Demonio. Demonio.
Demonio was the second release. Yep.
Okay, so that's four. Uh, Zach, sorry, someone already answered Bodega Blade. That was Jack. And Christian, someone already answered Screwface. That was Lay. Danjura, sorry. Someone already answered Bodega Blade. Ryan Higgins answered Nico.
No, Nico.
No, no one. Okay. Kimmy Barnes answered Jen. That's your new character, right?
Yes, Jen is our female character.
Congrats, Kim. You got the slot too. So okay, I think you have 5 slots. So that's Kimmy, Joshua, Micah, Jack, and Lee. So 5. Thank you guys. All right. So now that we mentioned the characters, let's go into. Sorry. Well, just before that, someone from the team will reach out to you before the lottery to give you instructions on how to get your slot. So before that, so since you've already mentioned the characters, let's go into that. Rios, can you talk about your first your inspiration about your art, uh, and then
Yeah,
let's go into your universe and your characters, how you came up with them.
sure.
Go ahead, please.
So as I was out of a job after Toys R Us and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, what I did was I went through my old sketchbooks, and I looked at old designs, and I definitely wanted to go into the designer toy field, but I wanted to do something. I wanted to go back to my roots, in the South Bronx. And so what I did is I went into my old sketchbook and I had a drawing of a guy pulling a coat, pulling his coat open. And instead of holding a gun, he holds the katana.
Okay.
And I said, oh man, that'll be perfect, for this. And so I had the image of the character in my mind, but what I needed was like a cool name. And a while back there was a robbery in a bodega store, and the
Okay.
owner of the yeah the store owner had a machete, and so the guy pulls out his gun, and the store owner chops his finger off. He's like, what?
So this was in the
so
news.
Yeah, really, it's a normal New York day, and so they called the store owner a bodega ninja, and when it was all over the newspapers, and I said, man, bodega ninja, that's awesome, because I've always loved ninjas and the martial arts realm, and it's funny, I love many of the things that a lot of designer toy world love. But anyway, so yes, I put those two things together, and I called him Bodega Blade, and it just kind of clicked, and that was the first release.
Can you show him? Can you show Bodega Blade? So for those of you who are not familiar
Bodega
with
Blade.
Rios'
This is the original. This is the first figure we released. So what I did is I put all my chips together, all my money, and I asked my old contacts to please help me out. But what's important about this figure is that it has all the New York style elements, from like the beef and broccolis, the Timberlands, to like the Parker coat, right? And then the old beanie, but the lining, that orange, that iconic orange, and the katana sword was removable. It's a little beat up now because this was my first, but then the sword can fit in its hand. So
when did you release this?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
When did you release this? Or do you want that to be a trivia question?
Yeah, I released this 2018.
2018, there you go.
Yeah, actually I went to an old designer, what was it? 5 Points. So I went to 5 Points with my son, and I saw all these artists from all over the world selling their stuff, and they looked super happy, you know. And I was miserable in the corporate world, and so I seen these guys really happy talking, and I actually met Quiccs there, and
Mm-hmm.
and my first meeting with him, he was super cool, and I said, "Oh my God, everybody seems so nice and happy." So I wanted to get into that. You know, I wanted to sell my own art, and when I got fired from Toys R Us, that was my chance. And Bodega Blade was released in 2018 in the winter, and he didn't sell as much, you know, as well. No one knew me. No one knew, you know, anything about what this world was about. And I just kept pushing, you know, bothering Levitt, Toy Tokyo, bothering, you know, My Plastic Heart, bothering everybody else. And so they started picking up in stores, and things started rolling off that way. Because we got to sell out, thankfully, I released my second character, which was Demonio. So the food stamps, so the food stamps world is about these kids from the neighborhood, from the hood, that they come together to protect their neighborhood store against rival gangs. So like,
Okay. You want me to flash your Instagram so that you have a so that the people watching can have a visual reference?
yeah, the Demonio.
No, yeah. You want me to show your Instagram so that people
Sure.
can see? Let me just pull that up. Yes. Sorry, my browser crashed. So here we go. Yeah, so here is here. Go ahead, talk about some of the other characters that you have and how they fit into your universe. Just tell me where you want to go
Yeah,
or what you want me to click.
yeah. So right here, the sensei right here in blue. So right here, the guy in blue with the white hair. That's he's one of the more recent releases. His name is Sensei General Tron, and he has this long braid and has a big fist at the end. So when he was a
Yeah,
younger, when he was training, he couldn't really lift the fist. He had to wear them, you know, to train. And now he's mastered it so well that he just wields this big mace of a fist with his braid. So he's a super strong, but he doesn't need much effort, you know, in his
yeah.
moves. So this
It's actually
guy
a cool
was
concept. I like that. Yeah.
yeah,
That's an
he just kind
interesting
of stands
concept,
still
man.
and like he's just whipping your butt like whoosh, 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 with his head.
I love the
Yeah,
I love the blood I love the blood detail on the end of the fist. It just adds something to the believability of him being fighting with it. Yeah.
yeah. So it's important to me for these characters to wear stuff that represents where I come from, and these things that are nostalgic to me. Like right here, he's wearing the Nike original Vandals with the strap, the silver and red and blue ones before the Terminators came out. So he's wearing these guys, and he's just a badass sensei, you know.
Right. Okay. And then you were saying, who else did you have here? You have
Yeah, so there's Mad Black there with the energy coming out of his hands. Scroll up.
this one, yeah.
Yeah, the one on the right. He's the youngest one. He's a b-ball player, basketball player, and anything he touches gets infused with this energy. He's the youngest, but he's the one that's tapped into his potential the earliest. So he has all this talent, but he doesn't know how to use it. So the team around him helps him hone into those skills and keep him. He's kind of like the ticket out of the hood. So he's super talented. He's a great ball player, but they try to protect him a lot, and so they keep him in the background. But he's actually the most powerful character. It's kind of like a
Oh, cool.
Goku, a Gohan.
Right, cool.
Kind of. Yeah,
Young Gohan, yeah, when he was still a
yes.
baby.
And so
And
this right, that's Bodega Blade. That's the Monio.
yep,
Here, that's the original release.
yep, yeah, nice.
Bodega Blade. Yeah, and then if you scroll up, there's Screwface in the yellow. So
This guy, yeah.
Screwface was born. He was raised in and out of detention centers. He's looked at as a bad kid, but he was raised with a mother and a father who were constantly in trouble. So he didn't really learn to do too well until he finds the Foo Crew, which is his team. And but he still has these old tendencies of doing bad. So what he does is he kind of sabotages the group so that they can go and fight these other gangs, but he kind of sets it up. He's kind of mischievous. He sets
Mm.
them up to fight. But the reason why he does that is because when they do fight, they fight together, and he feels that love and the camaraderie, as that brotherhood when he's fighting.
Mm.
So that's why he constantly, does things for attention, so the team can come together and fight. And that's what he lives for. He loves to fight. He carries razor blades everywhere.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
here,
this
can you tell
one
me
right
about?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is baby Renzo. He's he's the kaiju. He's a baby kaiju. He's actually an infant here, but he's huge. He's kind of like the Incredible Hulk, but he's so
Oh,
big.
okay.
Yeah, but he's a baby. He throws tantrums and he can't really express himself, so he's very physical and violent. But what happens is that he starts to grow into like a Godzilla-sized character, and he'll eventually jump into the Hudson River and leave the team. But right now, he's a
Mm.
big baby. Yeah.
All right. Here's some more art of him, right? That's him.
Yeah, this is him as a baby, and he has this weapon on his tail. Actually, there's a chain that retracts from his tail there. So when he does this whip, the chain is projected out and can do some damage.
Yeah.
But he's so yeah. I can't give too much away because the comic book hasn't released, but there is some mysterious stuff to his upbringing, like how did he become a kaiju. So this right here, this was the black one on the right. That was a DIY set that I released a year ago in white. Sold really well. So what I did is I thought, what if I got these production pieces that I can just sell to the consumer at a low cost and have them just go to town and paint it up as much as they wanted. And the idea went really well to the point that I ordered more, and I got this black version, and it's been still selling really well. So that's Baby Renzo
Oh,
too.
great. Okay. Uh, so
And
you
here's
mentioned
some.
the comic book.
Yeah, I've got it. So in I believe it was 2019 New York Comic Con, we released our first comic book. It was Food
Okay.
Stamps issue 0. It's the beginning stage where you see what makes the characters come together to fight, and what gangs are separated. So every neighborhood has their own gang. These main characters are down with the Foo Crew. So the Foo, they call themselves the Foo Crew because they say "F you" to everything, and they're these
Okay.
really crazy kids that love martial arts. They grew up watching martial arts movies. They refer to it many times, but it doesn't help them in a fight. So when they get into a fight, they wind up getting beat up until they meet this older man who they think is some old vagabond, but he winds up being a sensei grandmaster, and when they begin to train from him, he sees something in them because he's lost children of his own, and he sees these kids as like a second chance. So he helps them stay out of trouble, teaches them in the bottom of the neighborhood bodega store. And so
Mm.
they become who they're destined to be.
Oh, so that's why your world is called food stamps. It's because they say "f you" too.
So it has different meanings. Food stamps is
Okay.
really uh, it's a play on words. It's really comes from the word food stamps, like to eat food. And what
Mm-hmm.
that was a currency. If you weren't doing too well financially, uh, you can get some food stamps from the government. So the government it was government assisted food, like to help. It was these vouchers, like this currency like money, but you go in and you can only buy food. Right here, you're looking at some custom covers that I did. So we released
Yep.
some blank covers,
Nice. Nice.
and
Yeah.
it's kung fu, so it's kung fu and food stamps. So it's food stamps. So it's these two major things that I grew up with. We were very poor, and that currency, that help was needed. And also, I loved kung fu movies. I love the old ninja movies with all types of characters there. So I merged these worlds together to make the food stamps world.
All right. Cool. Uh, I think it's time we talked about like sorry, before we get into talking about the collab, maybe you can tell us also like where you're planning to go with your Foo Stamps universe, like what do you have in store for the future.
So food stamps, I think I've been focusing on toys, but that might have been. I love doing the toys, and I love toys, but I think I need to start spending more attention onto the comic book. The comic book is the driver, right? That's what kind of pushes the system. It kind of creates that lore. So I think I'm going to proceed to do the comic books. And I do look forward. I'll be doing some more resin pieces. Look forward to hopefully working with Quiccs again in the future. But yes, my plan for the food stamps world is to continue to pump out comic books, get into more of the entertainment realm, because everything's pretty much scripted out. It's written. We've laid things
cool.
out. It's just a matter of getting the things done. But that's where I look. Those are the things I look forward to in the future.
So where can the audience buy your comic books?
You can buy the comic books at foostamps.com, FUSTAMPS.com. And we have 3 covers. One is done by my friend. She's a great artist, Apple Nunez. And she did a great job. And I got another cover done by me. And there's also a blank cover for those artists, those people that have artistic aspirations, where they can just go crazy on the cover. So sometimes I would send someone some sketch covers done,
Oh, cool. There you go, guys. So if you want to learn more about Foo Stamps, the Foo Stamps universe, on all the characters we talked, Rios just talked about now, you can go check out foostamps.com and buy his comic book. And how soon are you coming out with the next issue?
The next issue should be in about a month. We're writing it. The second comic is going to, if you read the first comic, is going to complete that story, and then we'll be introducing more gangs. And my idea too in the future is to bring some of my peers, my other toy designer guys, to bring their gangs into the story and have fun with that.
So to cameo for, I mean, like to have a special cameo or
I would love
like
that,
a one-off fight or that would be interesting. Yeah. And then
Absolutely.
after that, you're planning to release this on a monthly basis, or
I'm sorry?
How often were you planning? After the second issue, how often were you planning to come out with more comic books?
When I first planned to do it like every month, but that was too ambitious. We're not a big comic book company, and it takes a lot of time. But I'm thinking quarterly.
Oh, that's not bad. And people can subscribe, like, so that they're sure they can get all of the issues.
Yeah, they go to foostamps.com, follow me, and they'll be updated on the next drops and next releases. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So there you can check out more about Foo Stamps, the Foo Stamps universe on foostamps.com. And yeah, go ahead, buy some comics from Rios there. I'm sure
thank you.
If you want to learn more about the toys that you're enjoying, that's a great way to start. All right, before we go into talking about the design, the collab, why don't we give away a few more slots? So let's go back to the thread where we announced Rios as the guest for today. First person to tell me where the Foo Stamps comics is happening, like where all of these fights are happening wins a slot for SRP of the Vegas Dead. So actually, Rios just said that in the interview a few minutes ago. So good luck, guys. Let's see if someone got it.
But the story takes place, right?
Yes, where the story takes place. Yeah. Also, is that where you used to live, Rios? I know that's where you grew up.
I grew up there. I don't live there now, but I do constantly go back. You know, they're my family. That's my friends, my homies. So of course, you know, I'm constantly there. But right now, I'm living in New Jersey. I bounce back and forth.
So first, three people to say where the where the Foo Stamps universe or fights are happening, wins a slot. So let's see. Some people answered. Okay, so Justin Lewis got it right. Bronx, New York.
Bronx.
Yep. Do we accept NYC as an answer, Rios?
I heard NYC. What was that?
Do you accept NYC as an answer? He didn't specify it to say the Bronx.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach, you get the slot. Congratulations. Sorry, John Henderson. It's not in Brooklyn. It's in the Bronx. Jared, sorry, you said Queens. It's not in Queens.
How dare you?
Of course. Ryan Higgins misspelled it, but he said Bronx. Didn't Ryan already win a slot? Let me check. Jen, Lay, Jack. Oh no, Ryan hasn't won the slot yet. So Ryan wins a slot. He misspelled Bronx, but he did say Bronx. How dare you, sir? Okay. Oh wait, Ryan, you removed your comment. All right, so let me just write that down. Okay, so let's talk about the design of the new character. And to talk about that, we'd like to invite the man himself, Quiccs, into the room. Quiccs, why don't you join us? Quiccs, hello.
Hold on, guys.
Oh, I heard him.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you, man.
I'm trying to turn on my video.
Oh, that looks great.
Good morning, man.
What's up, Q?
All right, guys. All right, so let's talk about the collab. How did this come to be?
It was back in like I think like what Ria said back in 2018 or 2019. I'm not sure, but we met at New York Comic Con for the second time, and we casually talked about like, hey, we should work on something together, and then so we touched bases online since then, and then we fleshed out like an idea for a crossover, and I really liked Rios' idea of doing it in such a way that it was like some sort of a time jump, or like what do you call that? A merge of universes, wherein my characters like suddenly popped out of Bronx in his era, and then particularly Dega's Dead is he's actually Dega Bodega Blade that like infused the Tech 63 character into himself after like battling with Tech 63. So yeah, I really like that idea, and yeah, I'm super excited for this job. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't stop smiling. Salute to you, awesome, brother. That looks great, man.
So obviously it. Yeah.
Go ahead, Carlo.
Yeah, it integrates Rios' parkour jacket design, right? That Rios and Dega's Dead is known for, but it uses the colors that Quiccs is known for, the black and the white, and of course the three stripes. So he switched shoes to the better brand too, right?
Oh yes.
He's now wearing Superstars, yeah. Three stripes for Super Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
and the
got
shoes are not
the
tied.
represent.
Got to be loose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Old school. But we did like keep one element of Dega in this design. It still has the orange detailings,
Yeah.
just like
The lining. Yeah.
yeah, a callback to the old OG colorway, the green and orange colorway. So yeah,
I'm
we
actually
kept
curious.
the orange there.
So I'm actually curious. It came with us. It comes with a sword, right? Do you have the sword?
The sword is in the box. I haven't put it in yet.
Is it? Oh, is it the same sword as the one that Dega's holding, Rios?
Yeah, actually the colors are the same. So there's some little hidden gems here that you can appreciate. So the sword, the pommel, I believe is a skull, right, to represent tech, and then there's little tinier skulls on the studs here, but also on
cool.
the hand guard. If you look at it, there's a skeleton here.
Oh, nice.
It was important to incorporate 3 stripes as much as possible. So these are 3 stripes here, 3 stripes here. Of course, the 3 stripes that goes here, of course, and throughout. But also, wanted that design to, be as 3 stripes representative as possible. But yeah, there's a lot of little details there that you can catch if you look closely. And then, but it was important. What was great about working with Quiccs was that he was very generous, and we talked about like having things represented through both worlds. And so you get the Quicks, you get the tech definitely. And then just like the subtle orange accent, you get, okay, that has to do with Dega. So working with Quicks, I was very appreciative that he was generous enough to share his world, with me, and I was able to play with his world, and it was like a candy store, like a kid in a candy store, and it was exciting. So yeah, I think we merged the worlds really well. We talked about the origin, which Quicks had said, they battle, and then what happens is Dega absorbs the technology and becomes a tech.
Cool. Rios, sorry, would you mind showing him off with your OG so that people see them side to side?
Oh yes. Well, I have
so that you guys get an appreciation of the if you were gonna display them next to each other. Yeah, this is what it's gonna look like. Yeah.
So they look really well together. They work together, but they also work as main Quicks thing. But this guy is a little taller than the rest. Quicks, the tech is slightly taller. It's about maybe 7.5. These guys are about 7 inches. I don't know if that reads on the camera, but
yep, I can. Yeah.
And then you can see it with one of the Tech 63 vinyls.
Yeah, so it's much bigger. So it's 7 inches, actually 7.5 inches, and it's resin, right, Rios?
Yeah, solid resin. This guy hurt somebody. He's really heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Yeah,
yeah,
it is quite heavy.
It's beautiful because like we didn't cheapen out. Every detail is there. I mean, from the inner coat, the inside of the jacket, the neck. The fins will come packaged separately, so to keep from being broken. It's magnetic, and of course the sword is it comes removed. You place it in there, but it's not to play with, like to have in and out. It's just to kind of keep it safe. But once it's in there, it's in there.
Yeah, actually, I was telling Rios when I first got the toy. I was scared to put the sword into the hand, but I guess we'll share with the group how to put it in properly so that you don't scuff your toy. Yeah.
We'll prepare a video tutorial on how to like properly install the sword.
Yeah, but once it's in there, it's pretty tight, right, Rios?
Awesome.
No worries, Rios. No problem, man.
All right, cool. So now that we've talked about the collab and people have seen it for its entire glory, let's tell them. I think it's time to tell them more about where they can get it and how they can get it. No? So the collab is a edition size of 249 pieces with an SRP of 250 US dollars. Shipping from the US, shipping in the US, yeah, it's gonna come in a box, and it's actually it comes in a brown shipper box, so it will ship very safe. Shipping in the US is gonna be $10. Rios in Canada is gonna be $20. So Rios is for the orders in the US and Canada, it will be shipping from Rios. So his stock is already with him. Am I correct, Rios?
Yes, they're right here, ready to go.
Already there. All right, cool. And then the stock for the Philippines and the rest of the world, it will be coming from the Bulletpunk team. So the stocks are already here in Manila.
Yep.
So it's gonna be again 600 bucks, 600 pesos. So that's $12 for domestic shipping in the Philippines, and then DHL is gonna be around $60 for Singapore global. And in terms of the drop, we'll be posting. Rios will be posting on his website, foostamps.com. When, Rios?
Yeah, to purchase, you would have to go to foostamps.com. Again, that's FUSTAMPS.com. When it drops, I just got to give a fair warning. If things don't match up, you make sure everything is proper in there. If it doesn't, then I have to drop the order.
Okay. So you're dropping on your website on Friday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, there. So Rios will be posting what time? So watch out on his Instagram. And then for bulletpunk.com, we'll be dropping on Saturday after Rios. And then there will be a lottery on the Bulletpunk network also for slots for both the US and the Philippines. And a few select, just a few small amount of units will also be available to some online retailers or partners of ours in the very near future. So that's how you're gonna get it. So again, guys, it's a edition size of 249 pieces, $250 plus shipping. And then for the people who won the slots to purchase today, someone from the BPN team will be contacting you to arrange for. So we'll arrange for your orders, and then we'll be posting the lottery very soon, also, guys. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for joining us. But before we go, we'd like Rios, can you give your final word to the group?
Sure. Listen, I thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, man.
Not only to work together, but also to have me and to share your world, share my world with everyone else. And working with you guys was a total pleasure. And I look forward to working with you guys in the possible future. So,
thank you, man.
So much love to you guys. Everyone tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for allowing me to, tell my story. So thank you and good luck to everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rios. And then where can they find you? Where can they follow you or contact you? Where's the best place to do that?
On Instagram, it's at Rios Toy Designs or at Foo Stamps. That's FU-STAMPS. And you can buy my merch on foostamps.com, FUSTAMPS.com.
There you go, guys. So you can reach out you can reach out to Rios on Instagram, Facebook, and his website. And that's also where you can buy his comic books that we talked about today. That's also where he drops his other characters. And yeah, if you want to go reach out to him, ask for a sketch on your blank, go ahead. I'm sure Rios would be happy to oblige. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show
Carlo,
today.
I wanted to say thank you to Rios as well for this collab. I'm super excited for this, and I've been a fan of Rios's work for a few years now, and I really was super excited to work with him. And I forgot to mention that during the last New York Comic Con when he did the poster for
right, the one back there, the one back.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
the starting point for our collab, and I really loved it. I really loved the
So
concept,
so that's actually
especially
the first
the
appearance of
yes,
that's the first
yes.
appearance of Dega's Dead, of the
Yeah.
Dega
So
thing.
yeah, I'm super thankful for Rios for believing us and coming on board with us, and I'm really looking forward to more collaborations with them. Thank you, man.
Hey, Quicks. Hey, man. It was an honor for me. Seriously. I love what you do. I think our styles work together. Not only that, you're a great human being. So it was my
Oh
pleasure
no,
all the way.
no. Thank you,
Thank you
man.
very much. And you see, I've been a fan, you know. So I've
Hell
got
yeah,
your Kurosawa and I got your tech, the
that's
ghost
really
version.
cool, man.
You know,
That's dope.
definitely.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it
All
too.
right. Well, there you go, guys. Hope you liked the show today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all again next week. Next time. No, not we're not sure if we'll have a show next week, but yeah, we'll see you all again next time. And yeah, enjoy the show and good luck with the drop, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Carlo.
See ya. Thank you.